Knights in medieval times had many layers of armor to protect them during battle. Chest and backplates over chainmail, a helmet, a shield, and many other metallic objects worked together to prevent an enemy from causing harm. Similarly, built into macOS are multiple ways to prevent malware from running and remediate malware that is executed. With Jamf Pro and Jamf Protect, we can add to that built-in security by enforcing settings and including additional remediation methods. Jeremy here. Let's examine the layers of defense built into macOS and how that security can be enhanced with Jamf Pro and Jamf Protect. The initial layer of defense is to prevent and block the launch or execution of malware. Gatekeeper is a service built into macOS that only allows apps from identified developers to be opened. This includes all apps available in the App Store. In order for an app to be listed in the App Store, it must be submitted to Apple for review. If approved, the app listed in the App Store is signed by Apple to ensure they haven't been altered. Apps available outside the App Store can be signed with an Apple-issued Developer ID certificate. However, in order to run with the default Gatekeeper settings, they must also be notarized. Notarization is a service by Apple that performs malware scanning. Developers can submit their apps to be scanned for known malware. If none is found, a notarization ticket is issued and can be stapled to the app. It's important to note this is different than App Store Review, since this is for apps distributed outside the App Store. Gatekeeper settings can be found in System Settings and Privacy and Security under Security. As an added layer of security, making changes requires administrator credentials. With an MDM provider like Jamf Pro, we can enforce Gatekeeper settings, preventing any users from making changes. Let's take a look. In Jamf Pro, navigate to Computers and Configuration Profiles, and click New. I'm naming mine Gatekeeper settings and assigning it to the Security category. Scroll down in the list of payloads and select Security and Privacy, then General. At the bottom of the General category are Gatekeeper settings. We can allow apps from the Mac App Store, App Store and identified developers, or even disable Gatekeeper and allow apps from anywhere. It's important to note there is a shortcut for administrators to bypass Gatekeeper by control-clicking to install an app. This action can be disabled by clicking the Restrict button to turn on that restriction. Once settings are configured, click Scope, and I'm adding my computer for testing. Click Save, and after the profile is installed, Gatekeeper settings are restricted the next time the Privacy and Security pane is viewed. Another layer of defense built into macOS is malware remediation with XProtect. Anytime Apple finds new malware, silent updates are installed automatically. If an app or package is known malware, XProtect automatically detects and blocks its execution. When detected and blocked, users are notified and given the option to move the software to the trash. In addition to malware detection with XProtect, Jamf Protect can alert us of additional suspicious behavior that might be detected. Similar to XProtect, Jamf Protect includes a feature called Threat Prevention. Threat Prevention uses the Jamf Protect threat database to monitor computers for processes associated with known macOS malware. If a match occurs, Jamf Protect automatically blocks the matching process and quarantines the associated file. We can see which version of the threat database we currently have by clicking Threat Prevention in the sidebar of Jamf Protect. An additional layer of defense for macOS is System Integrity Protection. System Integrity Protection does exactly what it sounds like it should do: protect the integrity of system files. Before System Integrity Protection, the root user could access and modify any system file or app on your Mac. Packages requiring administrator credentials would obtain root-level access. Malicious software could easily disguise itself as something else and have full access to all system files. With System Integrity Protection enabled, the root user is restricted and unable to modify system files in several folders or directories. These directories include System, USR, Bin, SBin, var, and any apps that are pre-installed with macOS. However, while it's not recommended, a tech-savvy user might be able to disable System Integrity Protection for whatever reason they may think is okay. Jamf Pro and Jamf Protect both report on the status of System Integrity Protection, so in the event this may occur, we can take action to get it re-enabled. The App Store, Gatekeeper, Notarization, XProtect, and System Integrity Protection together provide a built-in line of defense against malicious software. If managed by Jamf Pro, Administrators can enforce settings to ensure users aren't able to bypass these defenses. And with Jamf Protect, additional malware remediation is included with threat prevention. Combining the built-in defenses with Jamf ensures Macs are kept safe from the dangers of malware. That's all for this lesson on the layers of defense for a Mac. Be sure to continue to the next section of the course where we expand on security for Macs. Thanks for watching.